welcome to Dose of D-Pad, the swag capital of the world. This is our very first published video podcast, and, well, actually it should be our second by now, but unfortunately it is not, because we've had a bit of hardware failure with the external hard drive that contains all the necessary files for this podcast to actually perform as necessary. So that's a bit of an issue. That's why we haven't been on in 2 weeks, and that explains everything that has been going on. But we're working on it. We'll have everything needed to discuss the E3 post-show information by next week. We'll have everything ready and everything will be back to normal. I mean, right now we actually have all of our allergies, but we actually have all of our sound bites back, which is great. I didn't expect to get all that back this soon, at least, because my hard drive has completely failed. I don't know what's wrong with it. We had someone actually work on it, and the files are now visible, which is, I guess, better than what we had before, which was absolutely nothing. But invisible doesn't mean a whole lot, because I'm not able to transfer it to the new 4 terabyte hard drive. It's a 2 terabyte that's broken, the Western Digital. Now I got a Seagate, but fortunately the Western Digital is still under warranty. As soon as I get all these files transferred, I'm getting a new Western Digital 2 terabyte hard drive. Gonna use it for the Wii U that I'm getting next week. I actually won an auction on eBay, surprisingly, and I'm getting a Wii U next week, so that's gonna be awesome. E3's next week, getting a Wii U. The games I'm getting, Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U. Also looking into getting some upcoming games for Wii U, such as the Pikmin 3 and Game & Wario looks fun. I've always been a huge fan of the WarioWare Inc. titles. Or no, the WarioWare Inc. was just 2 of the games. The WarioWare titles. Twisted was actually my favorite. That was really cool on the Game Boy. That was way ahead of its time. Game Boy Advance, where it actually had motion controls on a Game Boy Advance title. That was great. But yeah, getting Wii U next week. Gonna get this hard drive replaced so I can have a 2 terabyte hard drive on the Wii U. Gonna cover E3 completely next Tuesday, I believe, June 11th. I think that's when I'm supposed to get the Wii U, but also that's when Jak and Daxter Collection releases on Vita, and that's when I'm going to be covering some post-show information for Jak and Daxter on PlayStation Vita. As you can tell right now, this is completely unscripted. Usually I have a scripted format for Dose of D-Pad, but tonight not able to, since still working on it, getting everything transferred from the old hard drive to the new one. And so this is kind of improvised. I'm sorry it's late. It was planned to be up by today. Actually, it was originally planned for this episode to be on by yesterday. But I'm sorry this is such a crummy season finale. This is the second season finale, if you were wondering or concerned. Next week we'll start up season 3 of Dose of D-Pad. I can't believe it's been 2 seasons already. It feels like it just started yesterday, but the seasons are short. They're 6 episodes each, so that's probably why it's feeling so long. Plus I missed 1 week in there last week. That was disappointing, because I really missed this show, but I'm back in action. It's a little different, but that's fine, you know. I'm going to start with the calendar of upcoming events, and I don't have any of the events written down, but next week, what is it? Next week is the Jak and Daxter commentary. I'm going to be playing Jak and Daxter on the PlayStation Vita while I'm discussing what took place at E3 earlier that day. Or earlier that week, not that day. Well, that day too, because Nintendo has their own Nintendo Direct that day on Tuesday, June 11th, and I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about what Sony did, what Microsoft did, what went right, what went wrong, what Ubisoft talk about, what EA talks about. I'm going to talk about all of it. That's next week. Then also, I'm doing something with The Last of Us, or at least that's what was originally planned. I'm not even sure if I want to do anything with The Last of Us now, besides just play it, because I've heard it's so wonderful. It's 10 out of 10 from just about all the main news sources. So that's great. I can't wait to do my review, because my b10.com, b-ten.com, is doing a review. I'm doing the review for B10. It's my site. But yeah, I'm excited about doing the review because I feel like I'm gonna like this game, but I'm gonna go in completely unbiased, completely objective. I'm just going to be really straight-minded about this when I go in to play The Last of Us next Friday. I'm getting the Survival Edition, excited about that. It's actually the day after I see Man of Steel. Man of Steel opens next Thursday. Actually, no, next Friday. I got midnight showings, but like I ordered my tickets at Walmart, so I get to go a day earlier at the 7 o'clock show. I'm gonna get my review up as soon as I finish seeing the movie. Try to get it up before many of my friends see it. It's gonna be great. All right, so top ranking games of the week. I'm gonna actually have to check game rankings right now for this because I'm completely unprepared today. Let's see. Do my keyboard. Game rankings.com. Let's see. Alright. Most popular right now is Remember Me, surprisingly. Even though it scored fairly poorly. It has a 68.63% on GameRankings.com. A few sites were saying it's very aspiring. It's got a lot of potential, great ideas, but unfortunately the game is not a good game. Just has good ideas. That's about it. Nothing they couldn't fix with a sequel, you know? If it has great ideas, why not? Or like a remake someday? Do something. Bring this back with actually polished ideas. That could be great. Actually good gameplay. That could be good. But right now I wouldn't recommend it to anyone because of what people are saying right now, because of what critics are saying. No, not right now. Number 2 is Roos. I'm not sure what that is. It's on PC. It's at 76.20% on GameRankings.com. Don't know what that is. Fallen Enchantress, Legendary Heroes, number 3. I'm not sure what that is either. 76.88. It seems like it's not a very big time for games right now, even though E3 is next week. Game releases aren't great right now, but Remember Me is also number 4 on PC. The Swapper is number 5 on PC. I've actually heard some pretty decent things about that. The ad on Steam makes it look really cool as well. I might try that out. But when I actually went to look at screenshots and stuff of the game, I saw that it was just another platforming indie game. There's too many platformer indie games. I'm so sick of seeing that. I'd like to see something different from an indie game developer besides 2D platformers. So sick of it. I know they make these puzzle games and stuff, but they're still platformers. I just want to see something different from an indie game developer, something great, something aspiring. I'm interested to see the future of indie game design as well, because people right now are saying that indie games are the future, but I'm not seeing that right now. I don't see as much potential in indie games. I mean, people are saying AAA games are dying. That might be true sales-wise right now, but I don't think that's gonna last long unless indie game developers step their game up and make something different. Make some, like, Journey was really great. That was an indie game developer. That game company made Journey, Flower, Flow. Speaking of which, Flower's coming to the PlayStation Vita, confirmed. Hopefully that means Journey is also coming to the Vita at some point. I'm willing to pay double for those games because those. Flower's great. The music is amazing. The gameplay is, well, gameplay is decent. I like the controls, actually. Not a lot of people like the controls, but I like the gyro controls, the motion control with the PS3 controller. There's not a lot of games that utilize PS3 6-axis motion control, but it's actually a great feature. I like it. I don't mind motion controls when they're like that. When I have to actually stand up and Kinect has to, like, memorize my sensors or whatever in my body. I don't know what that means, but I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But I don't want to do that kind of motion control. I would love to do. I don't mind doing like motion control with a PS3 controller where I just sit there and I kind of move my wrists a little bit, where it's just like a flick of the wrist. But that's fine. I don't like standing up and using a stupid looking Wiimote or a dumb looking PlayStation Move controller or no controller at all and just standing there and like some cameras like spying on my family or something. I don't want to do that. If I'm gonna play motion controls, I don't know where this whole thing's getting off topic. But anyway, moving on a little bit. Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirrors of Fate is number 7 on the list. That's on 3DS. Has a 71.81%. I've heard some pretty good things about this. Not bad, not bad. Not amazing, not amazing enough to go out and buy it this time of the year, since there's so many great games coming out this year. So many great ones. Animal Crossing is one of them. I'm surprised that's not on this list. The new Animal Crossing on 3DS, I've heard, is wonderful. I'd love to buy that, but unfortunately right now I just bought a Wii U last night. I have a feeling I'm gonna like Nintendo Land a lot. Nintendo Land is the kind of the game I got. Sadly enough, I got a Wii U for Nintendo Land. But it to me, it looks like my kind of game. I'm moving the camera a little bit because for video viewers who want to see my face for some odd reason, you can now do so. Let's see what else we have. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Not heard anything about this. It's for PC, 74.50%. Haven't heard anything on it at all. But Metro Last Light's number 9. Heard it's great from gamers, from critics. Not as much, but heard it's good. It's actually also coming to Wii U at some point this year. I was looking at all the games that are coming to Wii U this year, since I'm now getting one, and Metro Last Light was one of them. Kind of surprised me. But I'm not interested in getting third-party games for Wii U right now, or at any point, since next-gen graphics are gonna blow the Wii U out of proportion. But yeah, and PC is already better. I got a PC already. I'm not gonna get third-party games on Wii U. I'm getting it for Mario Kart and for Sonic Lost World. Looks wonderful. The Zelda HD remake, Wind Waker, the new Zelda game that's supposed to come out next year, probably, the Smash Brothers game. There's so many games coming to Wii U, and like they're so dirt cheap online right now that I can't believe it, really. I think the Wii U has so much potential. The reason it's not selling right now is because the mainstream audience right now doesn't know what's coming to Wii U, doesn't know why they need a Wii U. I'm rambling on, but talking about games on a game show, what's wrong with that? Number 10 is Grid 2 on the Xbox 360. It's got a 79.71. Haven't heard anything about this, and so I'm moving on. Dev quotes. Don't have any dev quotes this week since, again, not prepared for the show. Discussion. No, I'm not doing discussion time. Why is that there? I've had to reorganize everything because everything's gone right now. Everything's weird. Not prepared. Let's see. Okay, so since this is our E3 prediction episode, I should probably predict E3. So moving on to Direct Xbox section of the podcast, which is our... Usually we have a little soundbite at the beginning, or we have sound bites to introduce each segment of the show. But once again, this isn't a normal episode. We don't have much with us right now. We're still going through technical difficulties, working on it, definitely working on it, but technical difficulties still persist. So please forgive us for... Yeah, see, I'm going to look at the camera right now. I'm going to acknowledge my video viewers. Wow. But, yeah, I acknowledge that this is a fault. Our podcast isn't up to par this time around, but sorry for that. I'm acknowledging that. I'm acknowledging my faults. Something perhaps a certain publisher should do. EA. Sports. Call of Duty. With Xbox One, we're about to see the next water cooler. We're going to see a water cooler. Xbox One is literally a water cooler. How fun is that? With Xbox One, you can talk to your gaming system while you're using a Call of Duty Dogs, while you're also talking to your family on Skype, while you're also watching cable television, while you're also playing Call of Duty. Sports, Call of Duty. Water cooler, Call of Duty sports. And on a side note, with the Xbox, obviously, let's start with first things first. My inner game analyst is coming out right now, and so the Xbox 360 needs to die off right this year, because nothing moves players forward to a new generation of consoles like killing off the previous generations, like not even including that as an option. I see a lot of players online saying, on forums and other such things, are saying they don't need the new generation consoles. They don't want them. I'm not gonna make a general statement and say that no one wants the next generation consoles, but there are a lot of people who don't want the next generation consoles right now. And if you kill off the predecessors to these consoles, then you can actually move forward. You can actually move forward as an industry. I want the console game industry to strive, but this isn't going to take place unless we use strong business foundation and logic to actually move this industry forward. Need to kill off the predecessors. We need to give gamers a reason to move forward to the new consoles. Already, the industry has given gamers a reason not to want the consoles. We don't want that. Why continue to give information on these restrictions and not give information on what's going to actually improve our experiences as gamers? I don't want to see all this talk about used games being restricted and all this stuff. Like, sure, this is going to happen, but this doesn't need to be announced. This doesn't need to be publicly said. It does at some point, but this doesn't need to be the center of conversation right now. We need to move forward and talk about what exclusive games is the Xbox One going to offer. I mean, we're going to know this at E3. We're going to know on Monday what 15 exclusive games that Microsoft has up their sleeve for the first year of the console's lifespan. We're going to know this. But these games need to be important. These games need to be, at least, I would say at least 10 of these games need to be huge, like AAA or at least like AA titles. They need to be big titles. They can't be little indie game, the platformer Little Big Planet or anything like. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet would be a huge success for a console, but I'm talking about it can't be these little like Thomas Was Alone, Men's Room Mayhem things. Like, these are great games, but sure, but it cannot be the center of conversation for E3. These little games aren't going to sell the Xbox One. Not everyone cares about indie games. Most people don't. We got to talk about the mainstream AAA titles, the mainstream graphically centered and persistent titles that are going to push the next generation consoles to their limits. I know we're not going to get to the limits immediately, but we need to see something graphically stunning compared to previous consoles. This is going to be difficult because previous consoles already had beautiful graphics, and years from now people are going to look back at this podcast and laugh because our consoles are the PS3, Xbox 360. They're going to be looked down on in the future, and they're not looked down on. They're going to be looked on as great consoles, but with great games, but the graphics on our systems are going to be laughed at because there's going to be some kind of revolution within the next few years. Not next few, but next two or three generations of consoles that really pushes the boundaries of what a video game can be, that really pushes the limits of the medium, because it's an art medium. Video games are an art medium, and we need to know why is Xbox One a contributor to this medium. So far, we know nothing about an artistic. We're getting no artistic looks from Microsoft about the Xbox One. All we're getting is a bunch of crap about TV, Call of Duty, stuff we already have that we don't need on this system. We need to see stuff that we need on this system. New ideas. Like, for example, on the PS4, we already have a special look at The Witness. It looks great. Knack looks new, looks great. Killzone Shadowfall, that looks stunning. I mean, Infamous Second Son. These are all great ideas. And Microsoft needs to realize these are great ideas, and that Xbox One isn't going to sell just based on the Xbox name. It's going to sell based on what they have to offer, because PlayStation is still a great name. It still has a great reputation. Maybe not so much in America, but worldwide, Xbox One is mostly going to flop compared to PS4. But in America, the Xbox One still has a lot more potential. Actually, in the world, I mean, it still has potential if they announced foreign appropriate games. And that's what we need. We need to focus on games. Microsoft already said that E3 is going to be a focus on games, but these games need to be stunning for the Xbox One to sell. People are already looking at the Xbox One as a VCR that controls your cable, that they can already do all these things on their PC. No one gives a crap about this stupid functions that don't really matter on the Xbox One. That I don't care that I can talk to my Xbox and it can bake me a pizza or a cake or whatever. I just want to play games. I want to play games, and I want them to be exceptionally superior to that of the current generation consoles. Number 11, this is PlayStation Nation. This is our PlayStation our PlayStation segment. And what was I going to say? Okay, with PS4, they already got a great start. Xbox One Microsoft has recognized that the Xbox One announcement was kind of a flop for gamers. PS4 was generally a success in the eyes of gamers. I mean, it wasn't anything really special, but it wasn't crap. So that's why PS4 has the most potential right now at this point. Honestly, I think Wii U could potentially outsell them all just by selling to kids, and Nintendo has a huge mainstream audience there. They just need to reinvite them, but for now, PS4 has the most potential. I'll be getting a PS4 indefinitely. It seems that Sony is recognizing video games again as an artistic medium, because it is. Video games aren't what they used to be. Video games are up there with film, they're up there with music, they're up there with poetry and writing, and great like Metal Gear Solid is a critically acclaimed title, which is up there with movies like Casablanca, and I don't know what movies are popular, like critically acclaimed movies, Gone with the Wind and such movies, and books like I don't know, popular books, you know what I mean? I'm not into all that. I'm mostly into video games, hence Dose of D-Pad. Also, speaking of Metal Gear Solid, Kiefer Sutherland is going to portray Snake in the upcoming Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. That sounds interesting. I'm totally into that. A lot of people were angry because David Hayter wasn't returning, but Hayter's gonna hate, and Kiefer Sutherland seems like a great alternative and a huge name, so they could definitely use that on the front cover of the box for Metal Gear Solid 5. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see regular mainstream audience start to head towards core games, like more not little smartphone games or little casual Wii games like Wii Fit and stuff, but actual immersive experiences rather than those short-lived titles. So for PlayStation to succeed, let's see what they gotta do. They gotta continue to strive, show a lot more, show the console. That's a given. They need to show what Sony's made of this time around. They gotta show the perks of PlayStation Plus, because PlayStation Plus is a great system. I love that. I love the subscription centered reward system, because I mean, you're paying $50 anyway for Xbox Live if you have an Xbox 360. With PS3, if you pay $50 a year, you're getting free games, you're getting free content. You're not getting that with Xbox 360. You're getting online multiplayer, which was already available on PS3 and PC and Wii U and Wii, and all of that's available on other systems for free. With PlayStation Plus, you're just getting free games. You're not. It's not an alternative to Xbox Live, but it can often be compared to Xbox Live. So that's a problem. Microsoft needs to set that straight. I hate to sound biased on here, but I am kind of being biased. I admit to that. This is a subjective look. PlayStation seems to be in the lead for the next generation right now. They're the only one who's not failing their core audience. I'd love to see, for PlayStation, I'd love to see Uncharted 4. I'd love to see... I should probably go back to the Xbox thing and say what kind of games I'd like to see, but for Xbox, some kind of look at the Halo 2 Anniversary Edition. That would be cool. Hopefully for next gen, just kill off the current gen console. Just move on, move forward. New Gears, these are all given. Halo 5, just some small looks at these core franchises. Maybe a little more on Forza 5 or Forza Motorsport 5, and then Um, let's see. Yeah, for Xbox, that would be about it. And then the like new IPs and that new Rare franchise, well, new Rare game that is probably Banjo-Kazooie or something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but there's a new Rare game and all those, all the new games. Talk about those, and I don't know what they're gonna be. Quantum Break or whatever that's called. That's got to be, that's got to definitely be explained because I had no idea what was going on in the trailer. That didn't make any sense. Anyway, for PlayStation, I want to see. I want to see like stuff from Beyond Two Souls and PS3 stuff and all that. I don't really. The Last of Us, not going to be totally interested in that because it is going to be more of a next gen showcase for Sony, but also I want to see something Uncharted 4 or like a new Naughty Dog title or whatever the Naughty Dog is working on. I'd like to see, let's see, God of War for Vita. That would be awesome. And then also see what Sony Santa Monica's up to. I'm trying to think of what I want. I have a list on b10.com, b-ten.com, that somewhere on the site you can just search it. It's what I want for PlayStation Vita at E3. That's really interesting look at what could improve the PlayStation Vita. I believe I have something for the Wii U as well. I'm not sure what it is though, but also, yeah, I think PlayStation Vita definitely needs to be a major part of E3. I think PS4 is great. They need to show a few games for that. They need to announce like the full launch lineup. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see what exactly is coming to launch, and then sometime in the near future after that, I want to see the PS4 up for pre-order online. I'm gonna pre-order mine, and the PS3 I've heard is probably gonna get a price cut at E3. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. Price cut on PS3. Price cut on Vita, please. Vita needs a price cut. Bring it. I want to see online streaming. I want to see all-in-one functionality. I want to see everything. Sony needs to say, hey, Xbox is doing all these great things with TV and Kinect and TV and Call of Duty. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, they're doing all these great things with TV and Kinect. We need to completely duplicate that functionality. We need to make sure all of that functionality is present in the PS4 system. And then we also need to include more. We need to include better games, better graphics, better quality entertainment. And then for Vita is just an add-on. Vita is the Wii U gamepad to the PS4. Show why people will need the Vita for PS4. It won't require the Vita, but show people why they should get a Vita for their PS4. We already know that we can stream all PS4 games to the Vita, but can we stream all the PS Vita games to the PS4? Can we stream PS3 games to the PS Vita? Can we stream PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 games to Vita via Gaikai? Can we do that to PS4? All of this needs to be present. Vita needs to be able to do nearly everything that the PS4 can do, and then PS4 needs to do everything the Vita can do. These are going to be very intertwining. That came out weird. Intertwining consoles. These consoles are going to go hand in hand when it comes to functionality, and that's going to be great. Hopefully, if Sony does everything right, we need We need features. We don't only need games. We need features as well for PS4. With Xbox One, we pretty much already know what most of the features will pertain to, but with PS4 and Vita, we don't know what exactly the potential is. We don't know anything about Gaikai right now. We need to know what is online streaming, what is stream-based gaming, cloud gaming going to do for PS4. We know that cloud gaming will enhance graphical appeal to the Xbox One. We know that cloud gaming is going to improve the Xbox experience altogether. Will cloud gaming affect PS4? And of course it will, but how will cloud gaming affect the PS4, and how will it improve the overall experience? And then I'm almost positive we're going to get to know about the used game situation and whether Sony will be also supporting this. And they probably will, because Microsoft isn't dumb enough to be the only one to force used game. I don't know, to ban used games, I guess. Even though today it was announced that you will be able to trade in games. People will be able to buy used games and use them on their Xbox One. They will be able to gift games to their friends so long as they're friends with them on Xbox Live. They've had to have been friends with them for 30 days or something like that. Yeah. So that situation is a little more clarified now. Publishers have the right to do whatever they want, it seems, with as far as used games go. This isn't Microsoft's decision. This won't be Sony's decision to block used games if that is what's going on. I believe Sony said used games weren't blocked by the console, though, in an earlier statement. Clarify, or I don't know, argue that to me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is what Sony said at an earlier date. So leave luck to heaven. This is my Nintendo segment of the show. I'm getting tired now, so I'm gonna kind of move it a little further, faster, stronger, better, faster, stronger. The Wii U. I've already talked a lot about Wii U since the beginning one next week, but the Wii U is going to need great games to sell. At this point, there's nothing they can do to really improve the overall features of the Wii U, but they can certainly improve the content that is included with the system. Or bundle in some games with the system. They may or may not be canceling the basic set version of the Wii U system. That's the one I'm getting, actually, the white version of the system, the basic $299 version. But if they cancel that, that means they're price dropping the other. I would say it would be around $250 for the deluxe, or $299 with another additional game, probably New Super Mario Bros. U or Mario Kart. I doubt it's Super Smash Bros. U, because a lot of people are saying that the new Smash Bros. Isn't going to be out this year. 3DS, just keep doing what you're doing. Honestly, 3DS is doing great. They just need to announce that there are new games coming to 3DS for the next year. Maybe even announce like a new version of the 3DS, a new version with the addition of a second analog stick or second circle pad to match with the Wii U, and to also allow for developers to utilize that second analog stick for camera controls, and it'll work great for ports, and ports of old games would be amazing. That'd be awesome. But with Wii U, that's the one they really need to improve. They need to relaunch the Wii U this year. The Wii U needs a relaunch. It needs to be reinvigorated that the Wii U does exist. It is not the Wii. It's not the original Wii. They need a great marketing campaign to prove to people that it's not the Wii, that it's something completely different, that they need this system to play these new games, and then people will buy. People will buy the Wii U for a new Mario Kart that has Sonic integrated into it. Oh my goodness, that sounds wonderful. But People will buy it for the new Sonic Lost World. People, well, not just for that game like I did, but they will buy it for their Nintendo Land and the 3D Mario game that's coming out, and the Wind Waker HD, and the new the new Zelda game, and the new Smash Brothers. They will buy it for all these games as long as they know that this is a different system and that they need this system to use these games, because when people know that they can't do something, they want to do it. That's how the human brain works. When people know that these games are out and they can't play them, it would be cool if they actually just advertised the Wii U games and didn't say what system they were for or anything. People would be like, wow, there's a new Smash Brothers. They look this up, they look for it in stores, and they're like, holy crap. They go buy it. They can't use it in their old Wii or something. I doubt it would go that far. Hopefully it wouldn't go that far. But they go out and look for this game and they find out they can only use it on the Wii U. They're like, holy crap, I really wanted this game. Now I can't use it on my Wii. I guess it's time for a system upgrade. I haven't bought a system since the original Wii, because I'm a casual gamer. I'm not a core gamer. I don't have an Xbox 360. I don't have a PlayStation 3. I just play games on my phone right now. I played Wii from 2006 to 2008. Got sick of it. Kind of want to reiterate on that experience. So I think I'm going to get the new Wii U, because this commercial told me these games existed but never told me exactly what platform this was for. And that's exactly what Nintendo needs to do. They need to tease these games without being oddly specific, and then have like a commercial that completely clarifies on what the Wii U is. Say, it's not Wii, it's Wii U. That's all they need to say, and people will begin to buy this system. They'll be like, oh wait, this isn't an accessory for the Wii, a stupid little accessory. I want this because it's new. I want this because it's completely improved from what was available before. This is great. This is HD. This is a tablet controller. This is a new gaming experience for me. And I don't understand it right now, but once I try it, I'm going to love it. And once games are supported on this, and developers begin to really realize that Wii U is not a complete failure right now, then I believe fully that the Wii U is going to persist in the future. I believe PS4 is going to be like the top dog this generation. I think the Wii U is going to be next, and I think Xbox One is going to get, at least at the beginning of its lifespan, Xbox One is going to get the PS3 syndrome, where the PS3 kind of failed towards the beginning due to its price. And yeah, Microsoft, don't screw up the price either. I see both these systems being around $450 to $500. Keep it at that price. Don't screw up the price. The price is like the worst thing to screw up because it's so easy not to do. PC. This is Elite Machines segment. PC, keep doing what you're doing. I don't think there's going to be a lot announced. I don't think there's going to be a lot of focus on PC this time around, but Alienware, I know, has announced that they're going to have their own conference on Monday. Hopefully that's also on Spike or IGN, which is where I'm going to watch it. I think I'm going to watch it on IGN, just because I'm familiar with the people that are reporting this stuff, but yeah, I might watch it on Spike a little bit too. But I've taken off that day from work, and I'm gonna watch E3 all day. And I think PC, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of focus on hardware for PC at E3 besides Alienware doing their thing. But there's definitely going to be a focus on next generation games, which means if you have the correct graphics cards and components that you need, then PC is definitely going to progress in the future too. We're going to get Watch Dogs on PC. That's going to be like next gen on PC. There's going to be Destiny there's going to be all these great games that are also going to be on PC, and people are going to forget about it a little bit, but the core PC gamers are going to love this. This is going to be great for you guys. If you have powerful graphics card that are barely being utilized right now, lovely, because in this next generation of consoles, you're going to see some interesting things happen with PC, especially towards the mid to end of the next generation consoles' lifespans, because PC is going to become so much more powerful than these new consoles, and so quickly too, because already a lot of gaming PCs, a lot of custom PCs are more powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One. It's going to be truly interesting to see what happens with PC graphics during this generation, because they're going to be about 2 generations ahead by the end of this generation, 1 to 2 or 1.5 to be more specific. But yeah, I'm about to end this podcast because I'm getting really tired, and it's been great. It's been a great discussion, solo discussion today. Yeah, so if you have any questions, concerns, etc., contact me at info@b-ten.com. That's info, I-N-F-O, little at symbol, b-ten.com. And you can contact me at any time. I'll feel free to respond. I will personally feel free to respond. If you want to apply for a writing position or contribution position at or like podcasting or anything at b10.com, then just hit me up. And I'll see you next week after E3. I just can't believe I'm saying that. E3 2013. I'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, see ya.